Hello, Twitch. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Nanashi. Thank you for helping me with the groceries. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm in a great mood today because we've hit 98%. Wow. Hello, Brenton. Hello, Niamo. Hello, Alice. You're just in time for the celebration. Ohayo, Hachinichi. Mo 100や2や98%だよ。98%だよ。僕のクラウドファンディングはすごいんでしょ。そして来月はそろそろ僕の体験版出るかも。Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so hyped. Almost there. Congrats on 98%. Congrats, you deserve it. Thank you. I'm trying so hard. I've been working very hard with Programmer-san. I've been working very hard with the programmer to see when we can release the trial. And if you haven't seen my post about it, I'm hoping to release the trial sometime in mid-August. I don't know for sure the day, but I'm hoping mid-August. And when the trial version is out, then I will send out the press kit, and hopefully people will be more incentivized to play and more incentivized to donate. Of course, when the trial comes out, I'm gonna play it with you guys. I'll stream myself playing it. But of course, you should all play it for yourself because there's like different events you get. Different events you get if you click certain choices in the game, and it's fun. Depending on which character you like best. Like, Fuyuko has a pretty major scene in the trial version. Oleander has a scene in the trial version. Mabel's kind of secretive. You don't really find out too much about Mabel until, like, chapter 3. And even then, she's, like, shrouded in mystery for, like, much of the common route until you hit her route. So I can't talk too much about Mabel, but I hope for all of you Mabel enjoyers, for all of you Mabel fans, that you will enjoy the interactions with her and what you do see of her personality in the trial version. I kind of wish I could have included chapter 3 in the trial, but not all the voices are recorded yet, so I wouldn't be able to do that, unfortunately. But Chapter 1 and 2 are still really strong chapters. They set up the mystery, they set up the character dynamic, and like the mood. So I think it's like a really good sample of the game. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm very hyped. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Kitty cat face. Thank you. Yes, I wanted it to be out as soon as possible, but there's still a couple bugs that gotta be fixed, and I'm learning how to fix some bugs myself. I'm turning into a debugger, I guess is the word. And I made an ending credits movie. I made an end credits movie just temporarily, just for the trial version. I will commission somebody later professionally for the ending and the opening movies. Hello, Cerberin Online. I like it. Like Sword Art Online or .hack. Hello, Cerberin. How are you? I'm just talking about the good news. We have hit 98%, so we're very, very close. It's really nice to hear how the game has been coming along. I've been excited for it too. Aww. You guys, I have been screenshotting every nice thing I've read about the game. Every nice comment I see about the game, I've been like saving to my phone, so that like when I'm sad, I can just like go through the nice comments And like there's been some mean comments, don't get me wrong, but like I'm so touched at the reception and the warmth that most people have been giving it. I was expecting a lot of ridicule and a lot of hatred, so this is very, very unexpected but pleasant. So we are at about $400 away from being fully funded. Like, if you include Ko-Fi fee, like maybe like $430 or something, I don't know, whatever. But we're very close! We're very close! And that's so exciting! That's so exciting! So that makes me feel better. Even though I didn't get to go to Off-Kind, I didn't get to meet my Hoshi, I'm trying not to think about it too much. And I'm mostly trying to focus a lot on the game. And things are really coming along. The assets are coming along. I just shared with you all the newest CG. If you haven't seen it, the newest CG has been posted on the official brand account, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, and on this channel on the YouTube under the posts. I have posted the newest CG. So in case anybody's doubting as to whether you can or cannot date Oleander, you can date him. He is definitely a love interest. People were kind of skeptical as to whether I would make him a love interest. He is a love interest. He is a love interest. He is a full-fledged love interest. He has a romantic route with 2 endings, just like all the other love interests. So if you're an Oleander fan, you have a lot to look forward to. Especially in the trial version, I'll say. He has a pretty major part in chapters 1 and 2. Chapter 3, he kind of takes a backseat because there's a lot going on in chapter 3. There's like I don't know if I can like talk about it. There's like some big character revelations in chapter 3. I can't tell you anymore, unfortunately. I'd love to release chapter 3, but unfortunately, like I said, some things are not recorded yet. I need to sit down with Yukun at some point. Hopefully at the end of August, we're set to begin recording, Yukun and I. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully we can knock it out in a couple sessions. I appreciate you not shying away from romance. Too many fans pull the bait and switch. I love Oleander, peak Oni-chan. You should tell Valentine that. You should tell Valentine. Valentine is Oleander's voice actor. He's my friend. You should tell him. You should tell him that. And he will love to hear it. He'll love to hear it. You should tell him that. He's on Twitter, so you should tell him that. I'm pretty sure he'll love to hear feedback, especially about his performance. I'm very tempted to post like bloopers because there are some pretty funny bloopers that I don't know if I can show you guys, but it's pretty funny. For example, there's like a big dramatic argument, right? There's a big dramatic argument, and it's like, why don't you love me? And a lot of jealousy and accusations, like, how dare you like that other person, essentially. And with all this drama, the voice actor just started cracking up. And it was really, really funny. And I had to stop and I had to explain, well, wait a minute. See, the reason for this is because, like, some of the actors weren't quite, like, 100% on how the world building worked with, like, the Omegaverse stuff. So I had to sit down and I had to explain Omegaverse. I had to explain Omegaverse to one of the voice actors. And I had to be like, no, you don't understand. It's like the female hyena. It's the women have the anatomy. It's like they're still female, but they have one certain part which is mimiking the male anatomy. So I had to like explain that. I had to explain that to one of the voice actors because they were very confused. They were like, how does the mating work? And I had to explain, well, you see, the women can get impregnate and the men can get pregnant, yes. But I do give props to the voice actors for being willing to stick with me despite like this crazy premise. If you're like a normie and you're not like super in the Fujoshi trenches like I am, if you're not deep in the yaoi trenches and you don't know much about Omegaverse, I have to explain it. Otherwise you'll be really confused. And like I have documentation, like it's on like the pitch deck that I put together. I talk a little bit about it, like very clearly. Like men absolutely can get pregnant, but not all of them can. Women can impregnate, but not all of them can. Cerberin says, so the women are like female hyenas and the men are like male seahorses. Makes sense. Yeah, but like, I don't know if I can talk about it on YouTube and not get demonetized. Maybe I'll post like my whole like document explaining the anatomy and how it works. It's not like graphic or anything, but I feel like any mention of like, like words like vagina or something, I worry that would probably get me bonked, even if it's like in like very dry context. I worry that it could get me bonked, which is so stupid. But yeah, maybe I'll post like, I'm sorry you're so confused, Brett. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter or something. But basically, I can't think of a way to talk about it without mentioning like specific anatomy by name, and I don't want to get bonked. I don't want to get banned. バンされちゃうよ。オメガバスの話バンされちゃうよ。これは大人だけの話かな。エッチな話かな。エッチな話じゃないよ。これは授業だよ。これは授業。This is just educational. It's just educational. But yeah, anyway, just trust me. I do actually explain it in the game, on like Mabel's route. I explain a little bit about how it works exactly, how the women can impregnate and how the men can get impregnated. But I will say that like, how do I say this? I will say that typically, the alpha equivalent, which are like the bride, or which are like the husbands of the grooms, like the alpha equivalent in my game, typically impregnate, and the omegas, or the omega equivalent, which are like the brides slash wives, get impregnated. That's all I can really say. I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole the deeper I talk about it. 67 hilarious Omegaverse memes to build your nest to. I love Omegaverse, but like, I don't think, it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. People take it really seriously. Some people take it really seriously. They're like, oh, I'm an Omega, I need to take heat suppressants or whatever. It's about pheromones. And I have to be like, buddy, like, you know that was like a debunked wolf study. It was like a study about wolves that was disproven. It's not even real. Like, the whole thing about like the alpha male, it's all garbage. It's all nonsense, It's not real. Somebody tell like the manosphere what Omegaverse is, and it would be really funny. That's wolves, not even humans. Yeah, I've seen people claim like they go into heat or whatever, or like they need the pheromones or whatever, and I'm just like, that's not real. Are you just hardcore LARPing? Like, it's not real. Fandom 101, it's based on debunked old wolf anatomy. I feel like a fandom elder hearing it explained again. Yes, us elders understand. And like, I'm a big fan of the classic Omegaverse, which is like, men are anatomically male and have like a womb inside of the rectum. That's about as dry as I can say it. But like New Age Omegaverse will give like the men vaginas, and like I don't really like that. I prefer the men to well, I guess to give birth to like butt babies. that's about as much as I can say. And like I will tell you, I was reading a new Omegaverse manga that I bought the other day. It was some Korean webcomic, and it was in print form, and I bought it. And I was very disappointed because it was supposed to be female alpha and male omega, but the woman just had a full-on penis with like the testicles, and it was like very disappointing. It's like, no, that's not how I'm a believer in the old world Omegaverse, you know, in which like just, you know, the female part just kind of like enlarges a bit, you know? Like, I feel like I'm already gonna get bonked by talking about this. Is it hot in here? Or is it just me? I'm sweating like crazy. Oh my god. Anyway, so I'm a believer in like the old world, the traditional Omegaverse. Not that like I'm against like male kani or like futanari. I'm not against that at all. I'm not against intersex or like that sort of thing. But typically the whole point of Omegaverse is that they kind of have a mismatch. Anyway, that's just how I prefer it. But I know lots of people, you know, there's like lots of different ways to interpret Omegaverse, and that's great. You know, that's great. But I just don't like it when it's like automatically male with vagina, and that's not exactly, or like female with penis. That's not, you know, I was disappointed when I picked up this Omegaverse manga, which was $30, by the way, because it was in full color and it was shrink wrapped. And I scrolled through like some pictures online trying to find reviews, and I'm like, okay, this looks really good. And imagine my disappointment when the lady had a penis and balls. I was so disappointed. Like, I was just disappointed. I wanted the lady to have a vagina. I was disappointed. But that's just me. I'm very curious how they did it in Lip Trip, because in Lip Trip, they don't really talk about it. It's confusing because in Lip Trip, they state explicitly that there's like no intersex anything in Lip Trip. But then you have to question, well then how does the impregnation work with two vaginas? I don't know how Lip Trip does it. Like, I need to study Lip Trip. I need to read more of Lip Trip, which is an amazing visual novel, by the way. It's so cool seeing what people come up with. It is very cool. $30. Yeah, it was like hardcover. It was like full color, like really glossy page stock, and it was shrink wrapped so you couldn't look inside of it. I will never spend that much on a manga again. I'm sorry if someone told Cerberus says, I'm sorry if someone told me they were in heat. I feel like I would start laughing. I would probably laugh too, honestly. I mean, there's like a difference between like a hot flash, like if you're menopausal or perimenopausal. Like, there's a difference between like a hot flash and being like, I'm in heat! Oh no! I'm in heat! I started my rut, or my mating season. I need my rut suppressant! Where's my alpha? I need to nest! It's like, no. I cannot take you seriously. It's fiction. It's pretend. Like, we can all be real and say that Omegaverse is not a real thing that happens to humans. Like, sure, like cats go into heat and like dogs go into heat. But like, not people. Now I want to hear mermaid stuff because I hear so many otherworldly creatures have interesting anatomy. You know what? That's interesting. That's a good point. I've only seen like a little bit of mermaid stuff. I've only seen like a smattering of mermaid stuff, and I think I think it's like oviposition, ovipositor. Anyway, I'm nesting as we speak. Oh my god. Oh no, it will. I mean, listen, I am not making fun of anybody. I love Omegaverse. I am like the #1 Omegaverse fan. I'm very much traditional fujoshi. I love like the uwu, baby, blushy, crybaby bottom, you know, like the helpless little baby uwu uke, and like the big, masculine, strong, stoic Seme, who's like the size of a Buick. Like, I'm a really big fan of like that traditional yaoi dynamic. So like, trust me, I am not making fun of it. Like, I'm happy you love Omegaverse, but like, it's not real. It's not real. We can be honest. It's not real. Okay. Red suppressant, I'm dying. I did see something fun in which people were like putting like heat suppressant and red suppressant stickers on their medication and like role playing that they were alphas or omegas, and honestly, I would love to do that with my migraine medication. I would love to do that. I'd love to just like pretend it's heat suppressant. I'd love to do that. Anyway, I really talk about in depth about like the Omegaverse in my game. I talk about like everything from like anatomy to health insurance. How does health insurance work in this world? Spoiler alert, it's dystopian. I talk about like, I don't talk about abortions in the game, that's not really mentioned, but I do talk about like the forced breeding aspect, and like the politics, how does it work? So like I love to like dive deep into like the world building of Omegaverse. Like, you know, how does like marriage work? What is the heteronormative couple? You know, like what about marriage rights? You know, like I love to talk about that stuff and I love to read about that stuff. My favorite Omegaverse manga is Sayonara Koibito Mata Kite Tomodachi by Yoha. It is an Omegaverse manga. I can pull it up here. And it is my #1 favorite because it really goes in depth about like abortion rights and clinic care and like all this great stuff. And there was like even a spin-off, but unfortunately the spin-off doesn't have my favorite character in it, who is Kanae. And it covers Kanae's brother instead, and we're at like 6 volumes now, I think. I really need to import it, but it's kind of expensive. Anyway, here. Sayonara Koibito Mata Kite Tomodachi Yoha! And it even has a drama CD adaptation, which is how I first learned about Murase Ayumu. It's so good. It goes into like surgical procedures. It's so good. Like it really covers like, what about like sex work? What about like aphrodisiacs? What about medication? You know, like it really goes into depth about the world building, and it's like, what about, you know, like chemical castration or like chemical lobotomies? It really goes deep into like all this kind of subject matter. 10 out of 10, I strongly recommend it. The drama CD is kind of hard to source nowadays. Unfortunately, only the first volume got a drama CD, but now the series is like up to 6 volumes or something now, and it's really good. I just want my boy Kanae to be featured more in it, but it's very good. It's really good. So good. There's like Shota and incest. It's so good. So good, Chad. Mwah, chef kiss. In fact, if I can pull it up, I want to see if I can pull up the trailer, or maybe I'll get bonked. Let's see. Sayonara Koibito. Let me see if I can pull up the trailer and I'll put it in the chat. Sayonara Koibito Mata Kite Tomodachi. Aha! Alright, awesome. I found the link to the trailer. I'm gonna put it in the chat. If anybody wants to see it, you should all watch it. I never got an English translation, and the Japanese is pretty complex, I will say. It is pretty complex. But just like remove the spaces and you should be able to watch should be able to watch the trailer. It's so good. I don't think I can post it. Like if I don't know if I can play it because I might get bonked. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, before I went down this rabbit hole talking about Omegaverse stuff, before I went down that rabbit hole, I wanted to say that we are very close to being fully funded. The trial version is set to come out mid-August, if everything goes right. I'm still fighting Steam tooth and nail, because unfortunately, they keep rejecting me, and rejecting me, and rejecting me, and it's been like 3 weeks at this point, and they keep rejecting me, and I just submitted it again today. So hopefully, they will accept it because, dear God, I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so tired. Let me get a sip of water. Hold on. Alright. With that in mind, today we are playing Hoshizora no Memoria. I feel like it's a perfect game for summer. And let's find out more about Mare, shall we? Or Mare, I guess Mare, like nightmare, like mare instead of Mare. It's like mare. All right, let me pull it up. Let me. Oh, okay, it's already showing. Great. All right. Yeah, no problem. Like, I would love to watch it with you guys. Maybe at the end of the stream, but I really have a feeling I'd get bonked for it, considering there's, like, sex noises in the drama CD. Anyway. Where was I? Here we are.
アスカ君は私と小学校違うから、ようちゃんとは初めてだよね。
I remember this guy. This guy is voiced by Laito from Diabolic Lovers, which is insane. Mare is in the Latin Italian word for sea. No, it's supposed to be mare as in nightmare. But I had my Japanese pronunciation turned on for a minute, and I was like, Mare! But no, it's mare as in nightmare. Nightmare. But that was on me. I mispronounced it. But yeah, 98% chat. I cannot believe it.
アスカ未来だ。ま、よろしく頼むわ。
You can't fool me, Laito! You can't fool me! You're watching Diabolic Lovers right now? So good, so good. I'd love to pick up a copy of the Blu-ray, but I don't know where it's being sold. Maybe it's out of stock? I don't know. I love Laito. God, me too! Me too! Kanato is my favorite, followed by Laito, and then Azusa. Normally I hate Playboy types, like I really hate Playboy types. But for some reason, Laito really does it for me. Something about Laito, maybe it's like him being such a sadist. Maybe it's him having like a questionable relationship with his mother. Maybe it's like the way he's so cheerful about like calling you like bitchy-chan. Like, I don't know, something about Laito. He's like my second favorite. Nice to meet you. Struck me as a strange name, but I refrained from saying that out loud. I didn't want to be rude.
にしても、ずいぶん中途半端な時期に転入してくるんだな。もう1ヶ月もしないで夏休みだってのに。
He's just using his Laito voice. He's not even trying to use a different voice.
なんか訳ありか?
I guess maybe his Laito voice is a little higher, but it really sounds like exactly the same voice. I need another sip of water. It is very hot in my room. Oh, I have not heard the dub. How is the Diabolic Lovers dub? I've never heard it. He, on the other hand, just bluntly put into words what he was thinking.
アスカさん、詮索は悪趣味だと思いますよ。それでも詮索したいのなら、もっと仲を深めてからにするべきかと。
Sama is right. This time, the girl sitting in front of Asho joined our conversation. Yeah, don't be nosy. I already knew her name.
またお会いしましたね、転入生さん。今後とも吉野にお願いしますね。
Likewise.
なんだよ、そっちももう知り合いなのか。
What do you mean cringy? Diabolic Lovers is not cringy. I love it with all my heart.
少しばかりご縁があったんです。
I think Diabolic Lovers should have like a Yuri route. Honestly, make it happen. Make it happen. We have like what, 13 male love interests but no female love interest? What is that? I wonder what came of the fight of the other day, but I figured that this wasn't a good time to ask. But man, who would have thought I'd end up in the same class as you two? Hisakaki-san?
私は麻生さんと同級生ですからね。ですので、私も麻生さんと同じで、名前で呼んで構いませんよ。
Sure thing, Kusame-san.
呼び捨てにはしてくれないんですか？
Okay.
冗談です。私はアスカさんと同じで、小ヶ坂さんと小学校が同じだったわけじゃありませんから。
I love some English dubs. I'm picky about English dubs. Like, I think Fully Cooley was really good. That English dub is like probably the best. But I like the Sword Art Online English dub. I like the Sailor Moon English dub. I have a soft spot for the 90s one, even though it was horrible. But I like the new Sailor Moon English dub. And now that I honestly know people who actually do English dubs professionally, I really like admire all the effort that goes into them. For the most part. I feel like a lot of English dubs have actually increased in quality. If you compare to like the Utena English dub, which is horrible English dub for Utena. If you compare like that to like the Sword Art Online English dub, I feel like the Sword Art Online English dub is actually pretty good. I watch it just because I like it.
私だけの特権だね。
お前と同じ学校通ってたやつなら他にもいるだろうがよ。
Yeah, I know a couple people that do professional anime English dubs, and that's so cool. I wish I could. It's so cool that you can work with VAs for your visual novel. Aw, thank you. It's not my first time though. Mostly I just, I reached out to people. Sometimes I get recommended people, and like we negotiate a budget and they show them the script. Mostly it was just like dumb luck for me, and a lot of money. Bribery and dumb luck. And a good script is good too.
でもようちゃんのこと真っ先に思い出したのは私だからね。アスホさんだけが思い出すわけじゃないと思いますよ。
Nah, she might be. It was a long time ago when I moved away, so it wouldn't be strange if no one else remembered me.
ほらほら、私だけの特権だね。ここは小ヶ坂さんの名誉のために否定すべきところだと思いますよ。
Why? What does it have to do with reputation? I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. I'll be right back. Everybody go hydrate. out back. Sorry, I had to give Tommy water. He was thirsty. He already had a big bowl full of water. But he only wants to drink water out of this little pink plastic cup I give him.
小笠か、教科書とかはあんのか？
So weird to hear Laito's voice talk about all this normal stuff. I wanna change something really quickly in the settings. Text speed is too slow. That's better. Oh, you can control the opacity of the text box? Nice. Fumi-san, 来てくれてありがとう。Fumi-san はどうかな？元気かな？僕は大ニュースあるよ。僕の乙女芸とユリ芸は来週じゃなくて来月体験版出るかも。そしてクラウドファンディングはもう 98% だよ。すごいんでしょ？僕はすごく感謝します。今は星空のメモリアをやっているよ。でもこれは英語版だよ。Yeah, I already bought them.
うわ、新品いいな。誰もが最初は新品だったんですよね。
7月の今になってまだ新品のままだったら、そいつの学習態度がわかるってわけだ。
楽しみ、すごいね。どうかやってくださいね。プレイしてくださいね。
なんで私の教科書とようちゃんの教科書隣り合わせで比べるんだよ。想定が新しいのはむしろ褒めるべきところですよ。
Yeah.
それだけ大切に扱っているということですから。
皆星の場合は外が綺麗で中が汚いけどな。いたずら書きが満載で。
勝手に人の教科書見ないでよ。これでは救いがありませんね。くわばらくわばら。友達だったら少しはフォローしようよ。
I love this little explanation, this expression with the tears and the bubbles. So cute. With a wry smile on my face, I watched the situation play out. Before I entered the classroom, nervousness and anxiety were coursing through me, but at this point, all of those negative feelings had completely disappeared. Hello, Chief Rob. Welcome! Today we're playing Hoshizora no Memoria. How are you? Maybe I'll actually fit in here after all. The girl from the lookout wasn't the only person in Hibarigasaki that I remembered. There was one more.
ようちゃん、私の教科書と交換しない？見た目は同じだし、別にいいよね。
Yeah, I'd rather not use a textbook that has the word meat written on Natsume Seki's forehead. Who is that? I don't understand. Was that a joke? I don't understand. If I had ended up behind the classes at this school, it definitely would have affected my grades. But evidently I had avoided that danger here. With that, another worry dissipated. Oh, that's so cute! I love that! The little strawberry eraser. Who's that? Who's that girl? Thank you for welcoming me back, Cerberin. Maybe that feeling of relief is the reason why I was absently gazing at Asuho, who was sitting straight to my right. I got the seat next to Asuho because she was the class rep. I assume our homeroom teacher did that out of consideration towards me as a transfer student. It had been ages since I last saw her, but one thing that hadn't changed since elementary was that whenever a teacher called on her during class, she was always eager to answer the question. Her answers were wrong more often than not, but since she was always taking the initiative and trying at least, the teachers never scolded her for it. The doodles in her textbook initially made me think she didn't pay attention in class, but that was apparently far from the truth. Yeah, that looks hard, whatever that stuff is. Long division? Oh god. Her only problem was a lack of concentration. She nodded off again. So cute! I figured that I would have to wake her if she actually fell asleep, since I was sitting next to her. Also, I was also eager to help her friends out whenever they asked her for favors between class periods. I never saw an unfriendly expression from her. She was even nice enough to explain the layout of Hibari High for me so that I could get around.
このひばり校は1階に1年生のクラス、2階に特別教室、3階に私たち2年生のクラスが並んでるんだよ。
We're in geography hell again. We're never escaping.
で、最上階の4階は3年生のクラス、さらにその上は屋上になってて、そこは基本的に一般生徒は立ち入り禁止になってるの。
At my school back in the city, we had free access to our rooftop. I like to eat lunch on that roof, but I guess that's not allowed here.
その代わり、ひばり校は中庭が開放されてるんだよ。天気がいい日だと、昼休みは生徒で溢れ返ってるんだ。
Okay, so it's like the quad.
お弁当持ってきてる生徒だけじゃなくて、学食のメニューを中庭に運んで食べる生徒も多いの。
The cost to eat at Hibari High's cafeteria is included in the school's tuition fee, so there aren't too many students that bring their own food. But the courtyard still tends to fill up with students eating lunch.
りょうちゃんがいた都会に比べたら、ひばりが崎の空気は美味しいと思うし、
We're talking about the air quality now.
食事中でも建物の中にこもってる手なんてないよ。
In the city, schools tend to have relatively small campuses, and some don't even have a courtyard. I was honestly pretty excited to eat outside.
でもまあ、私は学食で食べる方が多いんだけどね。
なんで？
中庭だとスカート汚れちゃうからね。
Ah, that's true. That's why you should bring a pillow or something. Otto stuck her tongue out at me after explaining. Being around Asuho really lifted my mood. I could tell why she was popular. That was my impression in the past, and it was still the impression I got from her now. She's sleeping. There she goes, dozing off again. Morning classes ended pretty soon after that. I got kind of depressed thinking about eating lunch on my first day at a new school. I hadn't made any new friends yet, so I just wandered around trying to figure out where the new cafeteria was. Thankfully, the school cafeteria lunches are covered by the school fee. We literally just talked about this! That means I didn't have to worry about food with the gaping hole those two sideboards put in my wallet. Let me get a sip of water. That just leaves breakfast and dinner, which are still a bit of a problem. I might have to depend on Chino-san for the moment, but I still need to get a job soon, too, if I want to stay on top of Chinami and my expenses. Do you think it gets awkward when Omegas are in math class and they start talking about nested parentheses? That's so funny. I mean, maybe!
ようちゃん。
Like, what about, like, biology or science class when they start talking about, like, you know, animals reproducing? What about that? Biology. Also, who I thought had already left the cafeteria with some other classmates, called out to me with a strangely excited voice.
お昼は学食だよね。
Yep, that's the plan. Asuho bent forward towards me, like she was hoping for that answer. Her face being so awfully close, I had actually bent back in embarrassment. She had the habit of getting a little too close for comfort when talking to someone. Although it's not like she did it all the time. She probably just did it without thinking, and her habit of invading people's space wasn't limited to me.
私もお昼は大抵学食って言っても、この学校の生徒はほとんど学食だと思うんだけど。
Well, we're paying for the cafeteria food either way, so it feels like it was a waste to pack or buy anything else to eat.
一応食費払うのは希望制みたいなんだけどね。でもいつの間にか払うのが普通になっちゃったんだって。
Making lunch every day is probably rough for parents. Buying snacks from the school ends up being pretty costly, so there's probably some pressure from the school in that regard, don't you think? Kazuho smiled and nodded in agreement. Ah, so then you don't have to buy meal tickets from a machine for this school's cafeteria?
うん、そうだよ。お昼になるとカウンターのトレーにもう料理が載ってるんだ。
Oh,
ちゃん
nice.
とメニュー別にね。
Oh, nice, like a bento box. God, when I go grocery shopping, I need to pick up some bentos. I also need to literally pick up some bento boxes, like the boxes that you put bentos in. I need to get some bento boxes, and I also want to pick up a new tumbler. So everyone's free to go out and get what they want? Then I assume one of the reasons they quit the whole optional system is to prevent non-paying students from secretly taking a lunch.
そんな心配があるんなら最初からお金入れる券売機にすればいいのにね。
I'm guessing the cafeteria is relatively small.
全員入りきれないから中庭で食べる生徒も多いくらいだし。
What do you do when it rains? If you used a meal ticket system, people would have to line up in front of the machines and the cafeteria would get more crowded. I see why they went with this system. Sure that there's some waste if they make all the meals ahead of time, but since they're making meals for so many students, it's probably not a big deal if a few people decide not to eat at the cafeteria for a day. The reason it doesn't cost that much to go from a regular size to a large size at a restaurant is because it's the cook's time, not the cost of the ingredients. That makes up the biggest part of the price. Thank you for the exposition, yo!
ようちゃん
He just loves to go on exposition. He loves to talk about geography. He loves to talk about the cafeteria system. What do you mean?
昔と同じで頭でっかちのようちゃんだった。
I was kind of shocked to hear that.
学食の場所知らないよね。
Yeah, I was about to go looking for it.
私が案内してあげるよ。
Yay! Oh, what are we gonna have? What are we gonna have? I've tried croquette. I've gotten croquette twice. And both times they're soggy instead of crispy. Blah.
小雨ちゃん、今日はようちゃんも一緒でいいよね。
I really like the Moco Loco. It's really good. And the Hawaiian bento is really good. I also like the curry bento.
構いませんよ。お昼を一緒して親睦を深めた後に行う麻生さんの作戦も黙認しておきますね。
But would you really call that a calculated plan?
皆星、お前まさか。
そうじゃないってば。私はようちゃんと過去の思い出を語り合いたいから誘っただけだもん。
You've never had bento, but some of it looks pretty delicious. I wish I could cook bento, but I can't. I don't know how to make it all cute and stuff, so I just make sandwiches and put them in bento boxes. Although my washing machine, like my dishwasher, it ruined my bento box, so I need to go and get like at least 2 more as like a backup. They're pretty expensive at the grocery store, but if you go to like the dollar store or like Daiso, they're pretty cheap. So I really gotta go to Daiso sometime. I've never had bento. I think the best part about bento is that you can put like anything in it. The only thing I don't like pickled plum.
じゃあ俺が一緒でも問題ないよな。
Sure. Ah, she does mind.
露骨に嫌そうな顔すんなよ。
だってアスカ君、私のこと邪魔しそうだし。
I love this pose also. It's so cute.
いいカモが向こうから飛び込んできたんだ。話し飼いにしておくのはもったいないだろうが。
Why are you talking in fisherman metaphors?
やっぱり邪魔するんだ。ようちゃん捉えるのは私だからね。
Does bento more or less just refer to the style of container? Yeah, it's basically like a lunchbox. It's basically just like boxed lunch. So that makes sense. It could pretty much be anything you want to do. Oh yeah, you could put like fried chicken. You could have rice. You could have fish, pickled vegetables. That's pretty popular. Fruit. I just do sandwiches, but it's basically just like a boxed lunch, essentially. But at the grocery store, I see like curry bento. I see hamburger steak. I see Moco Loco. I see like vegetarian. I see teriyaki chicken. I see all sorts of bento.
弱い犬ほどよく吠えるんだよ。それはカモ狩りの犬も同じってことだ。
I have no idea what you guys are even talking about.
焦らなくてもカモさんにもいずれ理解できますよ。
What do you mean I'm a fish? It won't matter how well I understand if I'm already roasting over an open fire. At least I wanted to eat lunch all by myself on my first day. Oh, look at all the people. Oh my god, I love their little eyes. Look at their little eyes. Oh my god. It looks so crowded. I love it. Compared to my previous school, Hibari High's cafeteria was pretty small, and there weren't many seats either. despite that, it didn't seem too crowded because the trays were laid out on a very wide counter to prevent a line from building up. It also helped that some students chose not to get their food from the cafeteria at all.
一応先に席取っておいた方がいいかな。
Yeah.
私座って待っていますね。了解。メニューはいつもの？はい、サンドイッチセットで。りょうちゃんも座って待ってていいよ。何がいい？
Oh, what do they have? Oh, oh.
メニューは和洋中何でもござれだ。嫌いなものは？
How dare you! He likes everything except mayonnaise? Boo! Boo! Boo this man! Boo! Boo! I love Kewpie mayo! What are you talking
りょう
about?
ちゃん、マヨネーズ嫌いなんだ。
For family-related reasons.
適当でいいなら運びやすい丼物にするけど。
Yeah, donburi is good. Actually, on second thought, I'll just get it myself.
小ヶ坂さんはある意味ゲストなんですから、席に座ってのんびり構えていて結構ですよ。
Is that because I'm getting roasted and eaten afterwards?
小雨ちゃん一人で4人分も席取ってると他の生徒に睨まれちゃうし。
Alright.
小ヶ坂、メニューは？
Give me a chicken and egg rice bowl then. Oh, like oyako don. This is the I love everything except country and rapper food. I mean, I like some country. I like Taylor Swift and like Sabrina Carpenter country.
なあじゃ。
小ヶ坂さん、私たちはお茶を持ってきましょう。席取りをするときはその席にお茶を置いておくのがこの学食のルールなんですよ。
As the other two headed toward the counter, Kosame-san and I instead went to get 4 cups of tea and sat down.
なんだか慣れてらっしゃいますね。
As I was leisurely sipping on my tea, Kosame-san suddenly started talking to me. What do you mean?
ひばり校の生徒として、ひばりヶ崎の住民として、
I mean, I'm
もう
technically
馴染ん
from
でいる
here,
という
right?
意味です。
You think so?
はい。都会からの転入生と聞いていたので、私たちはどこか雰囲気が違うんじゃないかと思っていたんです。ひばりヶ崎は小ヶ坂さんの住んでいた町に比べるとずっと田舎でしょ？
Certainly true, but I don't mean it in a bad way.
いいんですよ。住民の皆さんだって思っていることなんですから。
Yeah, we already had a very, very long, what do you call it? Not a monologue. Exposition. We had a very long exposition about this town already. Kosame rested her chin in her hand as she smirked at me.
この町は観光客の方々は物珍しがって喜ぶのでしょうけど、小ヶ坂さんのように引っ越してきた方には不便な町だと思いますから。
Kosame is so cute. Only a handful of buses and trains run through Hibarikasaki. There are neither department stores nor thrift shops anywhere either, and the city lacks the usual recreational spots like karaoke bars or arcades as well. Well then where do you go shopping?
だから私たちとはなかなか打ち解けてくれないんじゃないかと心配だったんです。
You mean because the transfer students come to hate living here? Sama-san answered with a small nod. No need to worry about that, honestly.
小ヶ坂さんはもともとひばりヶ崎出身ですものね。
Well, even besides that, I simply love this town. Kusame-san looked surprised to hear that. Oh right, there's something I wanted to ask you. I changed the subject before she had the opportunity to inquire about why I love the town. The other day, there was that fight going on in front of the school gate, right? With Asaho and that other girl.
姉さんですね。名前は久垣小桃。私の双子の姉なんです。
That explained the similarity in their looks. What happened afterwards?
一時的な停戦には成功しましたよ。
Good. So they're still feuding?
麻生さんと姉さんは会うたびに何かといがみ合いますから、同じクラスじゃなくてほっとしているんです。
So why are they always at each other's throats?
主にテンクルが原因ですね。
Astro Club?
おそらく食事中にその謎は解けますよ。お待たせ こちらサンドイッチセットと親子
Hell yeah, yakudon. When Asuho came back, she was carrying trays in both hands like a maid.
それじゃ冷めないうちに食べちまうか。
All four of us sat together at one table. Asuho sat next to Kusame, and Asuka sat next to me.
食べ終わったらどっちがこの無垢なカモを生け取るか正々堂々と勝負。
Why are you fighting over me?
りょうちゃん、天体観測に興味ない？
お前早えよ。
汚い。ご飯粒飛ばさないで。
抜け駆けすんな。まずは順序ってもんがあるだろ
う。順序も何もそっちが勝手についてきただけじゃない。
転入生にはどの部活にも平等に権利があるだろうが。
We gotta join the astronomy club, of course.
私たちテンクルはそんなこと言ってられない状況なんだよ。勧誘となると今度は麻生さんとアスカさんがいがみ合うことになるんですね。
Despite the noise from the other two, Kusame-san leisurely took a bite out of his sandwich. Ooh, I like the BGM.
なあ小笠か、お前趣味は？
My man? All of a sudden, Asaka put his arm on my shoulder like we were best friends. Yaoi. Yaoi is everywhere for those with eyes to see.
特技はなんだ？よく読む雑誌は？よく聞く音楽は？好きなテレビ番組は？
Talents. I guess writing. Kind of magazines. I like Ribon and Nakayoshi. I also like Dengeki Hime and Yuri Hime. Favorite music genre? J-pop. Any TV shows? I like Glee and Riverdale. What?
徹夜は平気か？嫁は聞く方か？フーファイター事件をどう思う？アブダクションされたことは？
I'm not good with all-nighters. I don't see well in the dark. What are you talking about, Foo Fighters? What about aliens? I don't believe in aliens. Which one am I supposed to answer first?
その質問嵐のどこが順序を守ってるんだよ。
生誕137億年と呼ばれるこの広大な宇宙には地球人以外の知的生命体が息づいているとは思わないか？
No, I think we're just lucky in that we happen to evolve like this great big ecosystem on a planet that happens to support our atmosphere and life. But I don't think aliens are out there. I think if there were, they would have made themselves known.
137億年がなんだよ。こっちは137億光年の先にある星座のロマンに思いを馳せられるんだよ。
I mean, I'm not against aliens. If aliens existed, that'd be super cool. But like, I don't believe in them. Somehow I doubt there are stars at the very end of the universe.
星座なんか所詮人が作った遊びだろう。なあ小笠か、こっちは人類の英知も及ばない神秘をこの目にできるかもしれないんだぜ。
Do I have to join only one club?
ようちゃんは私が先にツバつけたんだよ。ハスカ君は一人で UFO 追いかけてたらいいじゃない。
うちのオカケンは常に有能な人材を探してるんでね。
Oh no, I'm definitely not into that.
そのオカケンって物質もないしテンクルよりも弱小のくせに。
俺がいる場所、そこがオカケンなのさ。
要するに部員はアスカ君しかいないってことじゃない。
What? That's not even a club. I turned an inquisitive look at Kusame-san, who was still silently pecking away at a sandwich. What on earth are you talking about?
部活勧誘の話ですよ。ようちゃん、私たちのテンクルに入るよね。
いや、俺のオカケンだよな。
No, I'm going with astronomy. Being a transfer student, I hadn't joined any club, and as such, the two of them were trying to use that opportunity and win me over. That also explained why I got invited to lunch. Pretty obvious the all-cult club is researching paranormal stuff, but what's the Astro Club?
天体観測愛好サークル。略してテンクルだよ。
So basically, it's just the astronomy club.
部員が少なくて部活として認知されない弱小サークルってことな。
もっと弱小のおかげに言われたくないよ。小笠坂さんはどこか入りたい部活はもう決めているんですか？
Yes. Before that, a question. At this school, is it mandatory to join a club? I never actually intended to join a club. I'm going to have a job after school, too. Oh, right. I still have to confirm whether we're allowed to have jobs at this school. And there was one other thing I had to do after school. Something I had to do as soon as possible in order to recall the lookout girl's name again.
部活の所属は必ずというわけじゃないですけど、ほとんどの生徒が入っていますよ。
この町田舎だろ。帰宅部になったって遊ぶ場所なんかねえから、暇するよりは部活するんだよ。
塾に通うために帰宅部になる人もいるけど、それも少数派なんだよね。
ひばり校は進学校というわけじゃありませんからね。
だから小笠か、俺と一緒に UFO シグナルを受信して宇宙人とコンタクトを図ろうぜ。
そんな危ない人になっちゃダメだよ、ようちゃん。
テンクルなんか入ったら日がなトランプ三昧になるのがオチだ。こっちの方がずーっと健康的だぜ。
I kind of feel bad for Asuka at this point.
オカルトに比べたらトランプの方がずっと健康的だよ。
私には50歩100歩に聞こえますよ。
スクリーンに天体図映して眺めるの飽きたって言ってトランプ持ってきたの小雨ちゃんなのに。
今度は花札にしますか？
それこそ50歩100歩だよ。
They talk so blazing fast. Yeah, they really do. They do talk fast. My lunch was getting cold, but I had no idea how to resolve the situation. I didn't intend to join either clubs. So I just stirred my rice bowl around and thought about how to refuse.
お願いようちゃん、テンクル入ってくれたら正真正銘の部活として発足する野望に一歩近づくんだよ。
The one word I understood out of that guy was Uchichi. Well, you understood alien, so that's good.
俺のおかげにそんな姑息な意図はねえぞ。ただ純粋に宇宙人と人差し指を突き合わせて自転車で空を飛ぶために活動するんだからな。
だから危ない人だよそれ。
俺が見たところ小笠原はアブダクションされトランスミッションを埋め込まれた過去を持っている。すでにオカ研に入ることを運命づけられているのさ。
そんなバカな運命あるわけないよ。だってようちゃんはテンクルにぴったりな転入生だもん。
I'm sorry, guys, but what is it? Oh my, demo.
ようちゃんはうちの店に来た時に言ったもん。
Oh, that's true. We know about the legend. In response to us so passionately talking in a loud voice, some of the other students that were previously eating lunch and chatting along with their friends turned to look at us instead. Oh no. Oh no, do not perceive.
ようちゃんはヘルメスの盾事がこと座の神話だって分かってくれたもん。
Oh, Hasaho's voice carried well, even through the din inside the cafeteria. And those words permeated right into my heart. What kind of stuff does the Astro Club do exactly? I was a little bit more interested now. Made me want to try real stargazing at least once. Not like I always had a thing for the stars. I only learned about them for the girl from the lookout, that's all. I merely read through tons of illustrated anatomy encyclopedias in order to learn more about them. Of course, that being the case, I never did any proper stargazing using a telescope before. Hasaho's surprised expression turned over to joy.
テンクルはね、望遠鏡で夜空の星を眺めるんだよ。それで写真を撮るんだよ。
How do you take good photographs? Because whenever I try to take a photograph of the moon, it's just like a blur. What else?
それだけだよ。それだけでもすごいんだよ。星ってね、すっごいんだから。
Probably not knowing how to express it with words. Hasaho tried to explain to me the magnificence of stargazing by gesturing. Seeing her waving about so frantically made me realize how cute she actually was.
なんだよ小笠か、俺を裏切るのか。
Long exposure time? I don't know. I think you need like a special camera. Like the telescope lens. I wasn't even slightly interested in joining your occult club from the get-go.
俺と一緒にヘブンズドアを開く儀式で宇宙意志とチャネリングとシャレ込もうぜ。
Oh no, you're getting into cult behavior now. Don't do it! Don't do it, Haley's Comet! Don't do it! Only lunatics would do that.
ひでえ。
ではテンクルに入っていただけるんですか？
Yes.
小雨ちゃんも部員なんだよ。ようちゃんが入ってくれたらこれで5人目。
Let's get Shinami in on this too. About that, could I put my answer on hold? I mean, you can't. I mean, he was the one talking about like comments, and he was the one talking about Heaven's Door. Okay, it's him. I need to go look for a part-time job after school, and besides that, there's also some other business I need to take care of.
前も言ってたよね、金欠だって。
Yeah, so does this school allow students to have part-time jobs?
先生に理由を話して許可をもらえば平気ですよ。麻生さんもそうしていますし。
私のは家事手伝い扱いだけどね。
なんでまたバイトなんかするんだ？
I have my reasons.
カメラ買いたいんならデジタルカメラはやめとけ。 UFO や心霊写真を撮るならやっぱりフィルム式をおすすめするぜ。
そんなのより断然望遠鏡の方がいいよ。値段が高いと思ったら天体観測用の双眼鏡も安くておすすめだよ。
Well, I'm not looking for a job so I can save up money for something big.
テンクルはバイトしながらでも活動できるよ。だって天体観測は夜になってからが本番だからね。
I mean, that sounds really fun.
麻生さん、これ以上は小ヶ坂さんを困らせるだけだと思い
We
ます
gotta
よ。
get Shinami in on this club. With a cheerful smile on her face, Kusame-san turned to me.
小ヶ坂さん、もしバイトの時間に余裕があったら一度テンクルの見学に来てくださいね。
いつでも待ってるよ、ようちゃん。
I smiled and nodded thankfully at their open invitation. After that, we finally got to eating. It was cold, but it still tasted pretty good. As soon as the bell signaling the end of the school day came, I crammed my textbooks and stuff into my book bag and stood up.
ようちゃん、これからバイトの許可もらいに行くの？
That's the plan. So who do I have to talk to about that?
担任の先生で大丈夫だよ。教務室の場所わかる？
I've been there a few times already.
そっか。バイトどんなの
She's
探
so
す
cute!
の？
I haven't gotten to that point yet, honestly. Ah, she's so cute! I'm overcome with the moe in this cute little expression.
よかったらうちの喫茶店でやらない？
This is
スタッフ
perfect.
がお父さんと
She's
私だ
offering
け
us
だ
a
か
club.
ら忙しくてさ。
She's giving us a job. This is perfect.
メイド喫茶じゃないから男性スタッフも募集中だよ。
Yeah, I'll think about it. Oh my god, man! You would be set up if you just said yes.
うん。テンクルの見学と一緒に待ってるね。
We briefly waved at each other and then I headed towards the hallway.
ちなみにおかけんも男性スタッフ募集中だぜ。
You're not paying me. I feel like I won't be paid in currency valid on this planet, so I'll pass. Hashida na kiken. Oh, it's dangerous to run in the halls. I received permission to get a job fairly easily. Since my homeroom teacher was aware of my family situation, he immediately agreed, especially since I said it was to cover living expenses. I was thankful for his blessing. However, when he encouraged me and told me I'd be fine so long as I kept working hard, it made me feel kind of awkward. Or rather, it irritated me because it struck me as meddling in my business. I don't really consider my own situation deserving of pity. I feel like he was just trying to be nice. With that out of the way, next I went up to the 4th floor where the third-year classrooms are. There were 3 items on the list of things I needed to take care of before I went home. First item was getting permission for a job. So I had already completed that. Now I moved on to the second one, which is what brought me here. Asking around for information was the first step in searching for the girl from the lookout whose name I lost. I scanned the faces of the third years as I passed by them in the hallway. I peeked into the individual classrooms, looking at the faces of all the girls currently enjoying the freedom felt by every student at the end of the school day. I've forgotten the name of the girl from the lookout. But thankfully, I still had her appearance to go off of. Inside my memories, she was obviously still a child, but even if she had matured and changed, common facial features would remain. Yeah, like the white hair. If any part of her appearance had carried through to her now, there's no way I'd ever mistake it. That's why I decided to go around and take a look at the third-year girls. The girl from the lookout was from Hibari Kasaki. Since we used to play together at the lookout, that's a fact I was certain of. Furthermore, she was older than me. She never told me her actual age, but judging by how she acted back then, I could safely assume so. If I took these two bits of information into account, there was a chance she had been a student at Hibari High at some point. She was still a student at this point, and there was only one grade she could be in. If she never attended Hibari High in the first place, or if she did and graduated, that would make this fruitless endeavor. Even so, I couldn't bring myself to discard any stray possibility. If I gave up, I would be haunted by the regret. That's what my past self was telling me with a sour look. I don't see anybody like that. A considerable amount of questioning gazes were directed at me. That's only natural considering a student they'd never seen before was wandering around and even going so far as to suspiciously peek into classrooms, only to leave again right away. I felt terribly uncomfortable. I just wanted to find her so that I could stop looking for her. And yet, I couldn't spot her anywhere. I'd gone and checked all third-year classrooms, but in the end, there were no students that resembled her. I guess there's also the chance that she went home. School hours had ended, so that possibility certainly existed. Maybe I should look around at lunchtime instead? That still didn't guarantee I would see every single female third-year student. The only way to see them all would be to peek in each classroom one by one during class time. But if I actually went and did something like that, I'd be labeled a sketchy guy, and more than likely earn myself a seat in the guidance counselor's room afterwards. I guess I'll have to continue tomorrow. Besides, there was another method I could still use to look for her. Does the internet not exist? Well, I guess it's hard, right? If he doesn't know her name. I chose to withdraw for today and instead headed towards the library next. All of the specialized rooms were located on the second floor. It's the girl! It's that girl! Hadn't seen her before when I was looking around. Maybe she had been on a lower floor and just came back upstairs. She looked like a third-year student. However, she definitely wasn't the girl from the lookout. My memories clearly told me so.
3年のクラスに何か用か?
She was the lady at the lookout, trying to, stop us. She spoke to me as we were passing each other.
君は2年の転入生だろ? 君のクラスがある階は3階だ. 迷子にでもなったのか?
That's not the case. At that point, her toneless, gender-neutral voice prompted my memories. It wasn't my first time hearing it.
では、何の用だ?
Her unreserved, aggressive demeanor also reminded me of someone. I never knew you were a student here.
そうだ。やっと思い出してくれたのか?
Evidently, she recognized me from the offset. I didn't know her name, but she was the girl I encountered that one time in front of the fence on my way to the lookout.
それで、君はどうして3年のクラスを見て回っていたんだ?
She saw that? Anybody would have seen that! But how? I didn't see her anywhere when I was looking around peeking into classrooms.
私の質問に答えてくれないのか?
Let me ask you one thing before that. Tried to change the subject. Thank you for coming, Brett. Have a good lurk. How did you happen to know I'm a transfer student?
君がこの前自分で言っていたじゃないか。このひばりが崎に引っ越してきたばかりだと。転入生が今日2人、ひばり校にやってくることも、教師から事前に連絡があったんだ。
Is that so?
次は、そろそろ私の質問に答えてもらおうか。
Well, I'm not really obligated to answer, am I?
あると思うが。
Quid pro quo isn't too popular these days, you know?
むしろ日本人としての礼節じゃないのか?
Aren't you being a little aggressive with your questioning?
それは君の方だと思うが。
I'm in a hurry, so I'll be going now. For whatever reason, I just couldn't deal with her. What particularly bothered me was the scrutinizing gaze she had, like she was peering into my soul.
まあ、急用があるのであれば仕方がないか。
I don't know why she suddenly stopped pressing me for information, but I took my chance to turn tail and run down the staircase. Since I was looking for the library, by carefully paying attention to the plates sticking out above the doors, I immediately found it. The interior was pretty similar to the library at my old school. Maybe the libraries of just about any school look fundamentally the same. Most libraries loan books with the same rules too. Or maybe not. They're just using handwritten borrower cards. In the city, they used a barcode system to register who has which book checked out. But I suppose handwritten cards do actually fit this town a lot more.
あれ、小笠原さん。
When the girl sitting at the reception desk raised her head, it turned out to be Kusame-san. You're in the library committee, Kusame-san?
そうですよ。今日は当番の日だったんです。
She placed the borrower's cards she had apparently been sorted to the side of the desk. Don't mind me if you have stuff to do.
気にしないでください。図書室で本を借りる生徒はあまりいませんから、いつも暇を持て余しているんです。
I could hardly spot any students in the library. Evidently, there weren't many students who cared to study. That's another thing that's different from my last school.
委員会は部活と違って所属したがる生徒はあまりいませんので、ある意味こちらも勧誘の危険がありますよ。
Do committees also hunt for new members here?
特に生徒会が行っていますね。生徒会役員の方は立候補だけじゃなく推薦で選ばれることも多いですから。
Well, I highly doubt anyone would recommend a transfer student.
小笠原さんは前の学校では委員会に所属していたんですか？
I wasn't.
部活は？
Never joined any.
やっぱり
What's that?
小笠原さんは塾に通っていたんじゃないですか？
Not really. I'm just a slacker.
てっきりそうだと思っていたんですけど。
What gave her that idea?
私、小笠原さんの転入試験の点数を知っているんですよ。
How do you know that? Huh?
生徒会役員の姉さんから聞いたんですけどね。生徒会には生徒の成績を把握する義務があるそうですから。
Seems like the student council at Hibari High has quite a lot of power. Honestly, I didn't really want to get too involved with them. Did you tell my score to anyone else, Kusame-san?
言ってませんよ。生徒会役員の方も公表することはありませんから、一般生徒には知られていないと思います。小笠原さんの成績はとても優秀だって。
Are we like a lazy slacker but also secretly a genius? That's why she thought I used to attend cram school, where I wouldn't have had time to be a committee or club member. Could I ask you to keep quiet about that, please?
それはいいですけど、テストが実施されれば皆さん知ることになると思いますよ。
So they, post all the names of all the students who score well here?
中間と期末のテストは各教科ごとにトップ10の方まで並びますよ。
American schools don't do that, but if they ever did, I'm very competitive. I would want to be on like the top 10. I look up at the ceiling with an expression of dismay.
どうしたんですか？
Nothing. I just have a bit of trauma.
そうなんですか？テストの成績が優秀なのは誇るべきことだと思いますよ。
I was talking about something that happened after we moved away from Hibari Kasaki. After I just transferred into my new school. Being the egghead I was, I got the top score in every subject in my grade level. What was crucial here was, these exams took place before my status as the new guy in class had worn off. Which in turn isolated me.
小笠原さんの転入試験の結果は学年総大に選ばれてもおかしくない成績だったそうですよ。ですから姉さんは小笠原さんを生徒会にスカウトする気満々みたいです。気をつけてくださいね。
Give me a break. I don't want my trauma to flare up again.
困ったことになったらいつでもご相談くださいね。私は姉さんの味方ですけど小笠原さんの味方でもありますから。
Yay, we have an ally. I want to save. Let me save. Alright, chat, we are coming on the 90-minute mark. While I would love to continue, I'm feeling rather overheated and I don't have a fan! So, I don't want to get heat exhaustion, so I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm sorry if it's disappointing. Wait a minute. Title. Title modoru yo. Sorry, I spent so much time yapping, I didn't actually spend much time playing the game. I really gotta invest in a fan at some point. Wait! Whoops, that was the wrong button I clicked. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and keeping me company and celebrating with me. We're so close. So close, so close, so close. Thank you, Cerberin. Thank you, and Nanashi, and Brett, and Yamo, and Chief Rob, and Fumi, and Hachinichi. And did I miss anybody? Alice? I think that's everybody. Lock this? Alright. Thank you everyone so much for coming, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye bye!